Did we do the coroner's report recommendation?
Yeah, was it? It was basically just to accept the coroner's report.
You moved it.
I read it out and who moved it.
No, Kim moved it.
Right, I don't know.
Just look on 7.1.
Yep.
There's 8 things listed. It's got 7.
Yep, no, there's 8 what's on?
Just show you, there's 8. There's 8 properties listed, but it says 7 in the background. Is it being shown?
And there's 8 properties listed. Yes, but it says 7. Do you want to note that, whoever does that?
This is in the draft one.
Yep.
Perhaps it's not in the other one.
You can make a note of that, Councillor Sutton, when you move the motion. Thank you, councillors. Item 7.1 is the approval to advertise community lease renewals and authorise signing of lease documents. There's a recommendation, councillors, on page 3 and page 4. No, yes. So can I have a councillor wishing to move that?
I'll move.
Councillor Sutton, certainly. Is the motion okay with you? Is there any...
Just note that there's 8 community lease agreements, not 7.
Not 7.
Yes.
Can you make a note of that, councillors? There's a typographical error there. Can I have a seconder, please? Councillor O'Keefe. Councillor Sutton, do you wish to speak to the motion?
Just that it's just the lease renewals because they're up for new renewal, so it's pretty straightforward, I think.
Okay, good, thank you. Councillor O'Keefe.
Thank you, Mr Mayor. Yes, the provisions of these new leases for not-for-profit will allow the various community groups to continue with the community activities, many of which that promote health and wellbeing and a strong sense of community. So it's important, obviously, the council assists in the ongoing expenses and ensures ongoing activity to support, and I support this recommendation.
Good, thank you. Any councillor wishing to speak against the motion? Any other councillor wishing to add comments for the motion? Councillor Patterson.
I just want to point out, if anyone has any concerns, they have till the 19th of May to put a submission in.
Thank you. Councillor Abdullah.
I would just like to make note of this fantastic initiative and by the council. Of course, one of the key service delivery objectives of the council is to promote social connectedness and health and well-being of the community. And our local not-for-profit groups are important partners in delivery of such services. They provide recreation, sports and community building opportunities for the local community. So council support to these organizations in providing subsidized leased arrangements to these groups is vital in smooth running of these organizations which aim to benefit our community. So well done.
Good, thank you, Councillor Abdullah. Any other councillor wishing to speak? I think we've all spoke. Councillor Sutton, would you like to make closing comments?
No.
None. All in favour of the motion? Councillor Sutton, in favour of the motion? Yes? Oh, sorry, I didn't see that. Carried. Item 7.2, the Australian Botanic Gardens Committee 2015-2016 Annual Report. We have a recommendation on page 7. Do I have a councillor wishing to move the recommendation as the motion? Councillor Abdullah. Do I have a seconder, please? Councillor O'Keefe. Councillor Abdullah.
I would like to move the recommendation on page 7 as motion. The recommendation says that the council adopt the Australian Botanic Gardens 2015-2016 Annual Report.
Is that it? Do you want to speak more to the motion?
Well, it is...
It is what
a couple
it
of
is.
points. No, a couple of points. Obviously, first of all, thanks to the dedicated team for their hard work and passion for this community work. The result is obviously very impressive. It shows the fantastic community ownership and dedication. It's a source of community pride education, recreation, and it showcases our region's creativity in the maintenance of the old or the former landfill in a very aesthetically appealing manner. So well done. It is following good governance principles, as it's evident. The financial report has been audited, so it gives a level of comfort to the community that the work done by committee is all according to the guidelines.
Good.
Thanks.
Thank you. Councillor O'Keefe.
No, that's all been said. Thank you,
Good.
Mr Mayor.
Any councillor wishing to speak against this motion? Any other councillor wishing to speak for the motion? Councillor Sutton.
I'd just like to thank the Botanic Gardens Committee for its work in creating a wonderful Australian native garden for our community to visit and to enjoy.
Thank you, Councillor Sutton. And I'll add my own comments to that. I also thoroughly thank the Botanic Gardens Committee. They've done a power of work. For any of the community that haven't been out there, I suggest you go out there and have a look to see the transformation that's happened over a few short years. Hopefully we will get to a completion stage very shortly, and that's something that I think will be an icon for Greater Shepparton and a major tourist attraction. So well done to the committee. Councillor Abdullah, any closing comments?
No further comments, thanks.
All in favour? Against? Motion carried. Item 7.3, councillors, is our Sporting Future Funding Round 2, 2016-2017. There is a recommendation over quite a few pages. Yes, up to page 13, I think. Is that correct, Mr Harriet? From page 10 to 13. So do I have a councillor wishing to move?
No, the recommendation is on page 10, and then you've got details of the project.
Thank you, Councillor.
What is
Page 10. So I take it you wish to move that? Yes?
Okay.
Thought I saw your hand up as well. Do I have a seconder, please?
I can second that.
Councillor O'Keefe. Now, Councillor Abdullah, you wish to speak to the motion.
Yep, I would like to move this recommendation as motion that the council approve the recommendations of the assessment panel and subsequent funding for the following our sporting future projects. So we've got 5 projects here, and the funding has been approved. And again, it shows the wonderful partnership between council and community in supporting the events, the sporting events, and to contribute towards making our Greater Shepparton a sporting capital of Victoria.
Great, thank you, Councillor Abdullah. Councillor O'Keefe.
Thank you, Mr Mayor. Just elaborating on that, basically just supporting these organisations to improve their facilities, providing the financial assistance so that these clubs can continue to thrive, and we can assist the community organisations with funded projects and facility development.
Thank you. Any councillor wishing to speak against this motion? For the motion? Councillor
I'd just like to make a comment. I absolutely love a new sporting club starting up, a junior football club. I just think it's terrific that people get behind these things and get clubs going for the juniors. We all know there's terrible things in the world for kids if they want to grow up on the wrong side of the street, and by supplying as many sporting clubs, etc., and outlets as we can as a community, that's a good thing. So I congratulate them for taking this on board.
Indeed. Councillor Abdullah, any closing comments?
No further comments, thanks.
All in favour? Against? Motion carried. Item 7.4, councillors, on page 17, Deakin Reserve Advisory Committee appointment of members. We have a recommendation that the council endorse the nominations as listed. Do I have a councillor wishing to move a motion? Councillor Sutton. And a seconder, please. Councillor Patterson. Councillor Sutton.
Just like to recommend as on page 17, and just thank the committee because it plays such an important role in this area by providing lots of feedback and assistance for the managing of this community facility. So if we didn't have the committee, it would be a lot more difficult for the council to manage. So I'd like to thank these people for coming forward.
Good, thank you. Councillor Patterson.
Yes, there's quite a few of those guys that have been there for a long time and they're very passionate about it, which is a great thing. And I commend them continuing on the journey.
Good, thank you. Any other councillor wishing to speak against this motion? For the motion?